You're viewing Sunnyside 32 live.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Keep your gait a bit pat, and your troubles with no slow step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
We're starting out today with Leon Martel's monologue, Caffeine Zombie. Yeah. He's been doing that for years, and it's just gotten better and better. Dr. Science is here to tell us about Ms. Doss, the mystery lady. Yeah, we'll figure out that. And Trump, we got another Trump fact. Let's see if it gets as many views. Then we got Jane Wilson going to the dentist.
I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Life is so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
Ah, yeah. Hello. I got the buttons down. At least I got the beginnings buttons down. As we go along, sometimes I don't get the later on buttons as well because I get too excited about doing the show. Okay, let's get right to the comedy. Let's get to the queen of the world. Fire away, queen. Knock, knock. Who's there? Police. Police who? Police, can I come in? She's good. Every time. And it's amazing. I think I've talked about this before, but I just think it's really interesting how those straightforward jokes, it's just misinterpreting words. It's just a little bit of a twist, but that's what humor is. A little bit of a twist on something that's surprising, and it works. And of course you say, no, I'm too old for that. No, you're not. Nobody's too old for those jokes. And of course, our goal with Sunnyside is to evolve that into the level of surprises on much more high intellectual levels. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, let's see some intellectual look at coffee with Leon Martel. This is a Duck's Breath Mystery Theater sketch you can see on Sunnyside YouTube, Duck's Breath Mystery Theater playlist.
I have recently performed several of my poems concerning the state of contemporary man.
This is another. I dedicate it with much affection to Walter Winchell and his wonderful donut shops everywhere. Pour me a cup, Caffeine Zombie. An 8 o'clock kickstart. Vente goes down, then a 9:30 mocha java makes my heart pound. 3 espressos ought to get me through noon. Yeah, I gotta lay back so I don't peak too soon. I'm a cup of caffeine zombie. I got cappuccino eyes and a soy chai mind. Grande nerves and a macchiato spine. No, think a second. It's Frappuccino time. I'm a no Joe's daddy with my Java Mucket Night. I'm a cup of caffeine zombie. Nose time. I'm a cup of caffeine zombie. Mama, everything's going black. I'm a cup. Can't wait to get up in the morning and have some nice coffee. Thank you.
Yeah, Leon writes incredible, great monologues. He writes plays that are monologues. Big Fritter was the first one we ever worked on together, and it was about donuts. And it was a dance poem about donuts, and it was really, really funny. And I hope I can dig it up somewhere. Okay, let's keep going with the comedy. That's what I decided. We got to keep this show moving. Dr. Science. Dr. Science is Dan Coffey and Merle Kessler, and they've been doing this question and answer bit. He knows more than you do for a very long time, and it's pretty dang evergreen in my mind. And so we've been sprucing it up with some video graphics and some Runway Gen 2 visuals. Because my granddaughter said, hey, I put him up with just a question. And she said, I got to see somebody. I said, okay. So we get to see somebody now with Dr. Science. We got 2 questions.
It's time once again to Ask Dr. Science. So let's ask Dr. Science.
That's me.
Remember, he knows more than you do.
That's right.
Chuck Hodina from Kalamazoo, Michigan writes, Dear Dr. Science, every time I turn on my computer, someone named Ms. Doss boots something inside my computer. Who is this mystery woman?
Ms. Boot is a sadist living in ROM, or read-only memory. Your computer's a masochist, which needs to be booted up in order to get through the day. The little bits of information need to cluster together in groups of 8 in order to become usable. These group gropes are then called bytes. And who knows what else they do besides biting. There's a new computer magazine coming out, Hard Disk After Dark, which will uncover the latest developments in computing. Everyone knows that the future lies in multiple user technology. And look for the latest in personal computers, the Lady Chatterley, due any day now.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Letitia from Ann Arbor, Michigan writes, Dear Dr. Science, when you watch a foreign movie that has been dubbed, where do the original voices go?
They don't go anywhere. As you know, when you wake up foreigners in the middle of the night, they talk normal. So essentially, there are 2 versions of any foreign movie, one released in foreign gibberish, and one shot in the middle of the night after the foreigners have been rudely awakened. As a sop to liberals and people who think a thing has intrinsic value because it's French, the foreign language version is the one that's usually released, with subtitles so you can feel like you're reading at the movies, thus killing 2 pretentious birds with 1 stone. Don't be fooled. All of these movies are shot in New Jersey. Nobody really talks like that. It's all a sham. And foreign movie fans are just victims of a massive con game.
Thank you, Dr. Science.
Okay. Yeah, that's good work. And I'm real excited now. When I finish the 65 run of shows, which will be November 10th, Friday, November 10th will be the last day of that. And what we're doing is presenting, every show starts with the Dutch Breath Mystery Theater sketch. So we're just basically just getting those all out there and saying, hey, there's all this here, and trying to get people involved and interested in the archive of almost 500 videos we have on Sunnyside YouTube. So if you ever don't have anything to do and you wake up in the middle of the night, that's what to do. Go to Sunnyside YouTube and you can find some great stuff to not put you back to sleep, but stimulate your mind while you can't go back to sleep because it's too stimulated. Focus, change your focus. It's like reading, only different. Okay, we got another fact today, and this is a Trump fact, And the last Trump fact we did about his crowd size, it got more views than any video we've ever put up. And probably because it has Trump in it. So here's another one. Didn't plan this. I already had this produced, but not gonna not do it because it has Trump in it.
Fact. What is real? What is true?
Fact. What is real? What is true?
How'd they get that giant lion in the helicopter?
Is Trump a wizard now?
Did the AI mess up the lion's feet?
Why is Trump holding a little whip in his right hand?
Because he frightens ponies in his spare time.
Okay. Okay, I think that one's going to do well too. I really like that. This is taken from social media posts. So those are different people commenting on that image. Okay. We have a sketch now from SF Comedy. SF Comedy was a collective that everybody wrote, everybody acted, everybody shot, everybody edited, all the stuff. It started out as a class and then evolved into a group of people who did a whole lot of stuff, including a feature film called 9 Lives. And maybe someday we'll get that 9 Lives up here on Sunnyside YouTube, because there's endless amounts of room for stuff on YouTube, at least at this point. And they're not upset if you put lots, and that's so strange because it was a point when putting up stuff cost you money. And YouTube changed all that, which I think is a good thing. I'm not sure, however, that if they decide they don't want to broadcast Sunnyside anymore, they can't just turn it off the switch. And what would I do? I'd go out on the front lawn and start doing an act. Because I just want to do stuff. I want to do funny stuff. And here, this is something that I think is pretty funny. Part of the deal with this was try to make it hard. So at one point, everybody just had to work on stuff that was in the bathroom. And this is one of the things that was produced. This is at one of 2, and we'll have the second one later on in the week.
You stink.
I don't stink.
You stink.
Well, then stop breathing and die. And then shut up.
Oh, grumpy, 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 grumpy.
Don't make me get up.
You can't get up.
I can get up.
Get up.
Why? What?
Bug
Where?
in the toilet.
That's to be expected.
No, they didn't clean it.
Well, then it's not to be expected.
Just come on and get it. I can't tell what kind it is.
I won't come until I'm certain of the kind.
Oh, come on, just come.
Sorry, can't help you.
No surprise.
Good.
Squatter.
Dandy.
Smelly squatter.
Fine, just fine.
Good.
Right.
Okay, that's I was in the bathroom for sure. All right, so now we're on our feature. This is Jane Wilson. This is her 7th episode, and I'm so glad that I got to work with Jane Wilson. I first saw her do a bit for a fundraiser that Jim Turner was doing, and it was packing suitcases, and which is I asked her to do for the first episode, and she just goes out and does these episodes, and I don't know why I love them as much as I do, but I hope that you do too, because she's somebody. She's Jane Wilson.
Hi, this is Jane Wilson, back with some more helpful tips for life. Today, I'm at the dentist's office. As you can see, the waiting room. And what I want to advise is that you look into something called sleep dentistry. It's where you are passed out of sleep while they work on your mouth, which for me, who is always a nervous wreck when I go to the dentist, is working really well. The one criticism they still give me is that I do brush too hard, and I got to dial it back. The other advice I want to give you is do not do this sleep dentistry with your spouse. Earl Sr. and I did it at the same time, and then when we came to, we were both kind of out of it, and neither one of us could drive home. So we had to wander around the block, and we were mumbling because our mouths were numb, and people thought we were on drugs. So that's my advice, sleep dentistry. Try it. This is Jane Wilson.
Okay, Jane Wilson, thanks again for doing these videos for Sunnyside. That's today's show. We'll be here tomorrow, and this is streaming from now until the end of time, unless YouTube changes their minds about how they're going to deal with video producers. But now is the time that I say goodbye.